And now for the Thursday theories from the Indiana State Fairgrounds. So this one is one that is kind of tough for some people, especially in an administrative level, to understand. I think that sometimes they get a little frustrated with teachers on this, but here's the idea. If one size fits all doesn't work for clothing, why should it be fashionable or acceptable for curriculum, testing, teaching methods, or educator training? I will tell you that when I came out of my student teaching, I was extremely frustrated and thought about not going into education because my supervisor at the time, and he's a great guy, okay, don't get me wrong on that, and you can hear the alarms going off in the background, right? And we should have some alarms thinking about this, so it fits right. But I was very, very frustrated because he wanted me to be doing lecture, he wanted me to be doing notes, and that was the one-size-fits-all type of thing that was being done. And that's understandable too, is that it was fashionable in the teaching world at that time. Okay? What I came to discover is that that style doesn't work for me, and so I spent time in my student teaching walking on tabletops, sitting on the floor cross-legged with the students around me and discussing things, doing all this type of stuff, and that was comfortable for me. And I think the challenge as a teacher educator, okay, and even as just teachers, where we're trying to work with our students, encourage them to become teachers, we need them to learn how to find their own style, find their own method. And I think it's also important working with young teachers to understand as well that it's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 years maybe to completely get your own style. Now, I understand coming through teacher education programs that they have, in many cases, a lot of students they've got to work with, and so it's harder sometimes to be completely unique with everybody. We try, but it doesn't always work. It's not always easy. Okay? But we've got to find ways to work with our teacher to be and our young teachers to figure out what is it that's your style, what works for you, and just as importantly, what doesn't work for you. But I think it's also important to understand that the curriculum that we get and the curriculum that we develop can't be just a one-size-fits-all. And so when you purchase a set of curriculum and you take that out of the binder and you read it to the class and you hand it to them, you are doing a poor job as an educator because you are not crafting that to be what your students need and what needs to be done on the local level. So one size doesn't fit all for clothing, shouldn't work in education either. That's our Thursday Theories.